it's about innovating. It's about, kind of building something that is new. It's about that whole architecting process, right? I mean, I think we as human beings, whether it's building a sandcastle on a beach, or, building kind of Lego block type things, right? We like to be able to construct things, right? And so I think that's fundamental, right? To the kind of that inner kind of DNA, right? That wants you to kind of go out there and build something new, or build something bigger, or build something better, or build something that, is different than what somebody else has done, right? And that's, I think, fundamental, to entrepreneurship. It's like that drive to go do something new, to go out there and, I'd say it's a combination of innovation, building a team, going after a market, right? All of that, and the fun that you have doing that. Yeah, so I'll tell you, at Harvard I had a professor. He was a famous professor of entrepreneurship, right? And he said, entrepreneurship is the pursuit, right, of opportunity without regard to the resources on hand. Which means the entrepreneur is relentless in pursuing an opportunity they perceive out there. Whether they have, obviously on day one, every entrepreneur has zero money. He has zero employees. The idea is not implemented. He has to go build everything from scratch. And that's fundamental to entrepreneurship, right? Is that pursuit of opportunity regardless of the resources on hand. Exactly, failing in a startup is just like a product release, right? Startups should view themselves, or an entrepreneur should view their life as a series of releases, product releases. Not every release will go great. Sometimes the release will be great. Sometimes you'll say, hey, we made a mess of that one. We need to fix all those bugs. Next time we're going to learn. We're going to improve the process. We're going to put certain new methodologies in place, and we're going to build a better product, right? That's no different in my mind, right? You've got to be willing to take a few stumbles. You've got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. The one thing in the end, I tell you, it's not money, first and foremost. It's satisfaction. It's satisfaction that you kind of achieved the goal you went down, the path you went down, right? You achieved whatever goal you set for yourself. Oftentimes, the goal you initially set for yourself is not actually the goal you might achieve. Obviously, many people set a goal that's much more ambitious than what they might achieve, right? But nevertheless, it's that whole going down the path, taking the journey. That's the fun thing, right? It's like when you go on a vacation, oftentimes they say, the road to the destination was actually more fun than the destination itself, and the return was just as much fun, right? In fact, whenever I travel from here to Kerala, let's say, it's so much more fun to go through the ghats, to go through the forest, to go through and then you find you arrive there, you're like, okay, now we have to come back, and it's great fun, right? So that's the journey. Listen, it's a combination of having a good idea. It's very important to have a really rock solid team. It's all basic fundamentals, right? Rock solid team. Building enough proof points that you can actually deliver on the vision you're painting. That's very important to investors. And then basically pursuing this with some rational kind of set of expectations, right? Don't fixate on the size of your share of the pie. Fixate on the size that the pie could become, right? In some sense. I often find entrepreneurs who are like, I want to own X percentage, I don't want this much dilution. I'm like, do you have an investor who first wants to invest in you? Are they passionately going to invest in you, right? Then let's talk all the terms. And then just make sure it's a win-win for both people. No investor wants to own 100% of the company, then he'd have to run the bloody company. And at the same time, an entrepreneur should not give away 100% of their company either, right? No, it's like there's a balance that has to be struck between the two, ends of the spectrum, right? And I think that's where entrepreneurs tend to fixate on that too early, instead of, and I think a little bit of money goes a long way. So, I know this lean stuff is in vogue and it's important, but I think fundamentally it's true, especially for India. You can build more with less in India than anywhere else in the world.